Wouldn't be Ryan the Great. And today we are talking about why the Eagles won the whole entire draft. And really, it's not even close. We are going over all the picks. We did go over Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. We're going to be going over, all the picks the Eagles made. Also, the Deandre Swift trade. And, the Eagles won this whole draft. It's not even close. The league has messed up, letting all these players get to the Eagles. We're going to get right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Liam the Great Vlogs. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter at Ryan the Great RTG, and make sure you follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go right into the video. So as we know, the Eagles, the champions of the NFL draft. Some great trades by Howie Roseman, especially for Deandre Swift. I love all the picks that he made. He got some great value on some players, especially guys like Kayla Ringo and Sidney Brown. We even were able to bring in Tyler Steen, and then obviously, guys like Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, our first-round picks. Definitely great for that. We're going to be doing some more analyzation, so let's get right into it. Let's put the universal title back first. I think I gotta get more title belts for this background. I feel like one is not enough, but we'll get to it eventually. All right, let's get right into it. So, as we do know, Jalen Carter, I talked about him in a previous video. You guys know, run stopper, can get to the quarterback, very fast, strong, can do pretty much anything, and losing Javon Hargrave, bringing him in definitely helps. Cheaper, younger, and has a lot, has a lot of upside. So I talked about Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. I compare him to Hassan Reddick. Fast, uses his hands, power, can use both his power and his speed to get to the quarterback. He does all the things that Hassan Reddick does. And once again, he's a younger and cheaper Hassan Reddick, so I like that. Next, let's move on to more of the picks. Next is Tyler Steen, the guard out of Alabama. He was picked in the 3rd round with the 65th overall pick. At first, I wasn't too happy about this. I wanted to take, somebody with a little more talent, but I do understand losing Isaac Sayamala was definitely a key piece in this offseason. And we don't know if Cam Jurgens is ready to take over that left guard spot. I understand that Steen is an offensive tackle, but they're saying they are going to move him to guard, and he can potentially do really well there. So if he does do that, does really well there, I won't mind if he takes over for Cam Jurgens. That gives Jurgens another year to get ready for center when, we have the departure of Jason Kelce. So this pick is really fine at the end of the day. It gives them some offensive line depth that we definitely needed, because this offensive line is really not getting any younger. Lane Johnson's getting up there. Kelsey's obviously up there. And then, we have Mailata to build for the future. Also, Dickerson. But, we got to start focusing more on the future for our all-pros like Kelsey and Lane Johnson. So I think this was definitely a good pick here. Next is Sidney Brown, the safety. Listen, if I was the Eagles, I probably would have taken Jair Brown out of Penn State. He's, very good commute, easy for him. I thought Brown had a little more upside, but I really don't have a problem with this at all. I'm very happy that we took Sidney Brown. He was one of the guys that I was looking for in the draft. He is a little undersized, but he did he did a great combine. 6 interceptions last year, so that's something that we do need in a safety after losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We need a guy who can get interceptions. Obviously, we have Slay and Bradbury, but they're more of lockdown corners, in my opinion. Obviously, they can get interceptions, but the ball doesn't really come their way much. So to have Sidney Brown to get those interceptions, to get those turnovers, definitely does help for the Eagles. Next, in the 4th round, actually, Brown was taken at the very next pick, 3rd round, 66th pick, by the way. In the very next round, the 4th round, with the 105th overall pick, the Eagles took Kayla Ringo, the cornerback out of Georgia. Listen, Ringo, I honestly had him going a lot higher. Like, I had him going in the 2nd round, maybe early 3rd round. I did not expect him to fall here, but this is very good value on a corner that is a little inconsistent but has a lot of upside. He can cover. He does sometimes, not have good days in coverage, but that's okay because we got him in the 4th round. It'd be different if we got him in earlier rounds. So the fact that we were able to get him in the 4th round, and if he doesn't pan out to be that great, then it's okay. It's only a 4th round pick. It really doesn't matter. But he has a lot of value. He can cover. He can get interceptions. He was the man who sealed the national championship for Georgia in 2021, so he definitely can come up in clutch moments. I really like this pick, and yeah, great pick by Howie Roseman. And with the 6th round, the 188th selection, we take Tanner McKee, the quarterback out of Stanford. Listen, not really much here. I don't know too much about him. I'm not going to lie, but he's going to be he's probably going to be the 3rd string if he even does make the team. So it really doesn't matter to me because we do have Marcus Mariota and obviously Jalen Hurts. So it really doesn't matter to me this pick. It's either he's going to get cut or he's just going to be our 3rd string backup. I honestly think that we should probably carry a 3rd quarterback just in case Hurts does get injured, but that's just me. And with the 7th round, with the 249th overall pick, they take Moro Ajomo. I think that's how you say his name, the defensive end out of Texas. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. They make the. It doesn't matter. We get a DN, some DN depth. Brandon Graham's not getting any younger. So somebody to have on the roster that you never know could maybe be a good role player. I don't really know, but I'm fine with it. Doesn't really matter with me. But next, we are talking about the Deandre Swift trade, baby. Let's go, Deandre Swift. Hold on, chat or comment section. A St. Joe's Prepper, baby. A St. Joe's Prepper is coming home. 2 St. Joe's Preppers. I'm so happy. We get another St. Joe's Prepper in Philadelphia. We take the receiver. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to lie. I'll memorize it by the season, though. But Deandre Swift. I understand that it has injury problems, but getting him for a 4th round pick and a 7th round pick, plus we only have to pay him close to, I think it's around $1.50 something, 1.5 something million. I think that's what it was that we have to pay him for 1 year. So if he doesn't pan out, we move on next year. We don't have to pay him that much. We traded great compensation. It was around a 4th round. I want to make sure I got this right. Let's see. Lions receiving a 4th round pick and a 7th round pick, while the Eagles get Swift and a 7th round pick. Yeah, okay. So we gave up pretty much nothing for him. And, this is great. Like, I give this trade an A. Got him for nothing. Great run. Not great, but good. He's coming home to Philly. You truly love to see it. Once again, some injury problems, but he can catch the ball. Something that we did lose in Miles Sanders. So it's good that we get that back. And then, last year, 99 carries, 542 yards, 5 touchdowns. That was an average of 5.5 yards per carry, and only playing in 14 games, rushing for half 1,000 yards, I definitely think is solid. And even if he does end up getting injured, we still do have Rashad Penny and Kenneth Gainwell. We see that Gainwell's been putting in work in the offseason, so we will have to see there. But, once again, losing Miles Sanders, getting someone who I think has the potential to be better than Miles Sanders, and he's coming home to Philly, I think that does give some extra motivation to stay healthy and be better. I love this trade for Deandre Swift. I'm very happy to have him come home. Yeah, and he's a lot better than the Swift that my girlfriend likes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, but that'll do it for this video, guys. If I have to give the Eagles a draft grade, I'd say A. And then really, when you look at all of the other teams, they just let everybody fall to the Eagles. It really is like the teams covered their needs, but not like the Eagles did. They didn't get the type of talent that the Eagles did when they covered their needs. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, the Seahawks, I think they probably have the 2nd best draft minus the Eagles. They got Witherspoon and Njigma, but they didn't. I have Njigma as my top-rated corner, but then and then Witherspoon, or Njigma was my top-rated wide receiver. Witherspoon was not even my top-rated corner, And then if you look at all the other guys that they got, they covered their needs, but it's not with the best talent. The Eagles covered their needs with the best talent. If you're picking up what I'm trying to say, but I think the Eagles won this draft. It's not even close. If you just look, you don't even need to look at the rest of the NFL. If you just look at what the Eagles got, then you'll be okay. But that'll do it for this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe with the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother Liam the Great Vlogs. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on Twitter at Ryan the Great RTG. And make sure you follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.